What is going on, Black and Curious fam? It is Dehjai here. I'm gonna do an abbreviated reality recap because the girls have been traveling. So if you follow us on Instagram, I posted a little story last week to let you know that the girls have been traveling. Kendra is out here living her best life. So we have not been recording. We took a little 2-week break. So, because of that, this is how I'm coming to you today, a little pre-recorded video for the reality recap. And only because, child, yesterday was Juneteenth and Father's Day, and your girl went home to see her papoose, my pappy daddies. Hi, Dad. So I did a little something with them. And then I just got back in town. I tried to watch the shows, y'all. I really did. And the only show that I got to see was Housewives of Atlanta because it was up. Everything else that we normally watch, none of the streaming services that I use had the shows on. So I'm like, what's going on there? So we're just gonna chat through a little Housewives of Atlanta. I've actually just finished watching it. So first things first, my first emotion out of the gate, or not even emotion. I'm saying emotion because I'm thinking about Sonya. I initially really like Sonya, but the way Sonya is shaping up to like the way she's presenting is not, it's just not coming through well. And I say that it's not coming through well because like it's giving, you're making mountains out of molehills, and it don't need to be all of that. Like the screaming and the chaos, and you can't deal with somebody making faces when you're having conversation with them, and you're expecting them to just be pleasant as punch with you after you've already, handled things kind of dirty, kind of nastily, I guess. I'm not about to say dirtily. Nastily is not a word either, but y'all know what I'm saying. And sidebar, your girl is not having a cocktail because it is, well, I guess it is cocktail time, but I'm good. So no drinks today. But yeah, so I really like Sonya, but this banter, this back and forth between her and the good Drew is not making her look good. Like she goes literally from 0 to 100 and maybe even 1,000 sometimes. And while I can understand that it can be frustrating when someone is consistently talking over you when you're trying to have a conversation with them, it gets to a point where you just got to be like, okay, this isn't a conversation that's going to be productive. This isn't a conversation that I can have with you. This is not going anywhere. So at some point, it's a ceasefire. And it's not a ceasefire in the sense of, oh, this person shut me up. It's just kind of like, I'm grown as hell and I don't have the patience to be sitting here going back and forth with you like a 2-year-old. Like, who wants to do that? When moving right on along with Marlo and Kenya, like we all saw this coming. They are forever frenemies. It's kiss and make up one day, and the next day it's stab each other in the back. I don't imagine that by the end of this season that they're still going to be buddy or kumbayaing. I think that it is going to be World War III as it relates to the Housewives cast of Atlanta, because the girls, like, Marlo is funny. She's a kiki, as Kendra loves to say, and she's good for television. We're getting to see more of her personality, and I have thoroughly enjoyed having her as a full-time cast member this season. However, I will say that, like, the I don't know what it is. It's like the energy of this season is very much like smile in your face and then talk shit with, and they have always done this, right? But like smile in your face and then talk shit about you behind your back, and then talk the same shit that they said to your face, but then turn around and be like, I love you. And it's like, girl, do you? Because like if you did, why are we here? We shouldn't have this amount of beef. You can have love for somebody and say what it is and how you feel in the moment up front to their face, and never have to talk about it again outside of them. Because that way, at least you are keeping it 1,000%, and nobody is guessing as to whether or not you truly like them. So, then you move right on along to Candy and Sheree. I'm like, is this the season of everybody has beef with each other and beef that don't make any sense? Because like, why is Sheree so upset about the fact that Candy wasn't calling and jumping to her beck and call to, see about her, see if she's okay, because Kenya passed on the tea about how homeboy didn't show up to the brunch. Like, that's not, if we're not that good of friends, so what, we known each other for 10 decades or whatever the case may be, like, if we're not that good of friends, it's not my place or my business to call you and check on you about your situation. Like Candy said in the previous episode, I was waiting for you to either talk about it or bring it up to me because you wanted to have this conversation with me. The idea that somebody's supposed to come to you about your drama, like, girl, that's your personal business. What I look like coming back to you like, oh, I heard that from such and such that Tyrone never showed up. That seems more messy than to just, give you your space and your time and allow you to tell the story that you want to tell. I mean, I don't know what y'all think. Okay, the girls are getting on my nerves, and I don't know how much more of this. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not. I'm gonna keep watching, but they're really getting on my nerves because it's like conflict everywhere. Everybody has some sort of beef with each other, and it's seeming like it's only shaping up to be more and more and more convoluted as we get deeper into the season. And it's disappointing because I thought that this particular season, or at least I hope that in this particular season, that the girls will kind of rally together. Some of the dissension and contentious castmates are now gone, so everybody can kind of just mix and mingle and have a good time, but it's like fabricated beef and there's no reason for it. I am at a loss. Moving on from the Housewives of Atlanta, we can actually talk about the Housewives of Dubai because I have been watching them. I think it's only 2 episodes at this point. The Carolyn Stanberry and all the women of color, this is problematic. I still don't understand why Stanberry doesn't care for Ayan, and obviously we're not going to know right away. It's only been 2 episodes, but this constant back and forth, even though, like I said, when Kendra and I did record the last live and we talked briefly about the Housewives of Dubai, Ayan is problematic, but I mean, she's problematic to your face, to the point of what I was talking about with the girls down to Atlanta. She gonna say how she feel, right, wrong, or indifferent in the moment, and you gonna know what it is as opposed to hearing it from another cast member that she done said X, Y, and Z. It's not cute. I am interested to see how this show, the season is going to play out. I wonder if they're going to have an abbreviated season, because sometimes with new cast they do maybe 8 to 12 episodes, and then they have a reunion special, and then that's that. And then if they really did well in terms of the viewing season or whatever it's called, then they get picked up. So we'll see. I'm enjoying it. I think it's hilarious, the shade that Lisa Milan throws at the other Caroline, which is Caroline Brooks, because she said on a number of occasions at this point that Brooks she has a multiple personality disorder, basically, is what she was trying to say, because Brooks is Jamaican, she's Afro-Latina, she's something else, and then she was like, at some point she's going to be Emirati. And I thought that was cute. Quite funny, cute shade. So I am hopeful that the girls will get along, especially the black girls on this show. But I mean, by the standards of Potomac and Atlanta, the girls is always bickering, and it makes it seem like we just can't get along, and I don't really like that. And especially with yesterday's episode for the Housewives, specifically the Atlanta Housewives, being aired on Juneteenth. It's girl, all this bickering on Juneteenth. Even though I understand that the show was recorded long in advance before Juneteenth came about, and they probably weren't even realizing that they were going to air this particular episode on Juneteenth, but yuck. I hate all the bickering. I don't really have too much else to say about the Dubai girls. I think, like I said, as we progress and we get to really know them, I'll probably have more to say once we know why there's so much beef between Stanberry and Ayan, because it seems like they don't really know each other. They probably have loosely traveled in the same circles, but not enough for it to seem that they have this very strife-stricken grief with each other. Ugh. And then the idea that from Lisa Milan and Brooks talking about that Stanberry basically talked all this junk about the Nina prior to them all of a sudden now they're besties. So it just kind of makes Stanberry look really messy. So we finna find out because the girls is gonna lay it all down, like as we say from the Braxtons, they gonna lay it low and spread it wide, okay? So yeah, I think that is it. This will be a quick and abbreviated reality recap. I don't even have any top stories for you guys this week. So when we get back to the swing of things, I will have the stories. Of course, you guys can send us things that you have seen in the news. You can DM them on our Instagram, which is Black and Curious. On Instagram, you can email us, as well as make sure you're visiting all of our social medias and you're following us, and subscribe here on YouTube. Talk to you guys next time.